My company sold over $1.3 million worth of products online last year across multiple platforms. And the weirdest part about that is that I still feel behind in life, which sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud. Because a few years ago, this is exactly where I wanted to be. I remember praying for this moment, praying that the business would work, praying that the money would start coming in, and praying that all the stress and sacrifice would actually turn into something. And now that I'm here, I'm already thinking about the next thing, the next milestone, the next goal, getting to that next level. And sometimes I catch myself thinking that, like, why do I still feel like I'm behind? And that's the weird feeling that happens when you're extremely focused on your goals, especially financial goals, because you spend years grinding towards something. And then when you finally reach it, your brain immediately moves the finish line. And suddenly, what once felt impossible just feels normal. Making money online used to feel like this crazy dream. Now it just feels like ordinary work. And the craziest part is that sometimes I feel more pressure now than I did before. Because once you achieve something, now you feel like you have something to lose. I've also noticed something about myself recently that if I'm not working toward my goals, I just feel like I wasted the entire day. Like, seriously, if I wake up and I'm not hustling, not building, not improving something, my brain almost labels the day as unproductive, even if I did normal things like hanging out with friends or just relaxing. It's like my brain only values time that moves me closer to my goals. And while that mindset definitely has helped me build a really successful business, it also comes with a cost because eventually you realize that life isn't only about productivity. And recently, I noticed something strange that going out with friends doesn't excite me the same way anymore. And that sounds really bad, but it's not really about the people that I'm spending the time with. It's just about how my brain is wired now. Because when I'm sitting somewhere, part of my brain is just always thinking about the business or what's the next move, the next big opportunity. And sometimes I catch myself saying that, like, hey, maybe this time could be used to work on something instead of wasting it, which is just a very dangerous mindset because if you're not careful, you could slowly remove all enjoyment from life. And everything just becomes a transaction. That time needs to equal productivity. Fun equals wasted time. And that's not healthy at all. So, one of the main reasons I push myself so hard is because I have a goal. I want to retire early and not retire in the traditional sense where you just stop doing everything, but retire from having to work. I value and want financial freedom, the ability to wake up and choose what I want to do. Travel is one example. Build things because I enjoy them and not because I need the money. The goal has just been driving me for years. And recently, I realized something really important that if you're always focused on the destination, you forget the journey is actually your life. Like the other day, I had a conversation with one of my friends. He's in a very similar situation, also grinding, working every day, just focused on building his future, but he rarely travels. He rarely changes his routine, and every day almost looks identical. Wake up, go to work, sleep, repeat. And he said something that stuck with me. The days are flying by. And that's when it hit me that when life becomes too repetitive, time actually moves faster. And just think about being a kid, right? Like summers felt like they lasted forever. Every week felt different, every day was new. Now compare that to adulthood. Most people are just repeating the same routine for years on end. And when every day looks the same, your brain just compresses time. Suddenly, months disappear, years disappear, and that's when people wake up at like 40 or 50 years old and wonder where their life went. That realization honestly scares me because I don't want to wake up one day and realize that rushed through life chasing the future. So recently, I've been trying to change something. Not my ambition or my goals, but my balance in life. I've been trying to travel more, take small breaks, step away from the constant grind. Not because I'm lazy, but because it helps like reset my brain. When you're running a company, that involves a lot of things like managing people, making high level decisions every day, and it builds up stress whether you realize it or not. And sometimes the best thing that you could do for your business is just step away for a moment. Travel does something interesting to your brain. It helps slow down time because when you're in a new place, a new environment with new experiences, your brain has to process all of this new information. And when that happens, your memory becomes richer. The days suddenly feel longer, moments feel more meaningful. And then when you just come back to work, you're sharper, more creative, and more focused. And ambitious people fall into a very specific trap. They believe that happiness only exists at the finish line. I'll be happy when I make my first $1 million. I'll relax when the business is stable. I'll enjoy life once I reach financial freedom. But the problem is that the finish line just keeps moving. There's always another level, another milestone, another challenge to complete. So if you attach happiness only to success, you'll always feel like it's just out of reach. And the journey is the life. It's not the destination. You know, the late nights, the stress, the growth, mistakes, wins, that is the entire experience. And I think that's what makes life and your story interesting. And if you don't allow yourself to enjoy those small moments, you're kind of missing the entire point of life. So if you're someone watching this and you suddenly feel like you're behind in life, or you feel stuck, or maybe you're not pursuing your goals yet, my biggest advice is really simple. Just try something new. Seriously, go somewhere new, learn something new, just start doing something, because motion creates momentum. And sometimes all it takes is just one decision, one risk, one experiment to completely change the direction of your life. Now, look, the success is great, the money's great, and building something meaningful is amazing. But don't forget to live life along the way. Don't forget to experience things. Don't forget to appreciate small moments, because one day you'll realize that the life you're living right now is the life you once dreamed about. And if you're always focused on the next milestone, you might miss it. Guys, if you enjoy this video and want more honest conversations like this, whether it's about business, money, just my mindset, and the real experiences behind building something, subscribe and stick around. I'm just documenting the journey and kind of what is going through my thoughts each and every day. And I hopefully sharing these lessons may help someone else along the way. And with that, you guys, we will catch you on the next video.